Kamala Harris made podcast appearance during her campaign, but it was so bad her team and the podcast mutually agreed not to release it. It's from Oli London. So, I mean, this guy's not a right-winger. Obviously, she wouldn't want to go on his podcast if he were. So obviously, this was very, very friendly territory. So that says something right there. When you listen to this, okay, obviously, for her to even consider going on his show, it has to be extremely friendly territory. Let's listen.
Emailed me.
They emailed, like an email from the
DNC.
Okay.
And they said, hey, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are really interested in being on your show. I said, that sounds cool.
Okay.
I'll at least get to tell my daughter that I met the potential president of the United States.
Yeah.
And so I said yes, based on the fact that it would be a good story. And also they both had good takes.
What happened with Kamala?
Her take was really confusing and weird and not good. And so mutually agreed that we shouldn't publish it.
I see.
And I got lucky because I didn't want to be blamed for her losing.
Her take was that bad?
It was really, really bad, and it was like didn't make any sense. I can tell you this.
Yeah,
it
tell
was
me.
bacon as a spice. Bacon as a spice.
Bacon as a spice.
Well, first off, bacon as a spice is the only sensible thing she's ever said that I've ever heard her say. So he's wrong about that. Bacon as a spice, okay, I can go with that. Right? That's the only intelligent thing I think she's ever said.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
No, but it must have been incredibly bad for them just to scrap, though. For him to say, and again, she's going there because he's rolling out the red carpet. He's loving her, right? For him to say it was weird, didn't make any sense. And bacon, maybe he's like a Muslim or something, and the whole bacon thing really, really rubbed him the wrong way. I don't know. But it must have been truly horrific. She probably was hammered, right? Half the time, I mean, half the clips of her, she seems like she's under the influence of something. My personal thought was that maybe she was taking like anxiety meds for the pressure and then also having a couple of cocktails or 4 or 5 or 6. But she was weird. Yeah, it was so weird on his show that they couldn't air it, right? But she was always kind of weird.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
All right. I wonder what people say underneath this. Must be comedy gold. Release that tape. Oh, God. Wouldn't that be sweet if they released that? God, that would be nice. Probably there's some sort of NDA or something. You'd get sued to high heaven. He's probably had to destroy it. This is so humiliating considering she was the possible president of the United States of America. It really is incredible. It's so revealing. It's shocking, actually, that she couldn't even get through a podcast in friendly territory with somebody who wanted to make her look good. And this shows you something it's so striking, the difference, it's so striking, the difference between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. So Donald Trump, the Republican establishment did not want him. The deep state did not want him. The bureaucracies didn't want him. The media didn't want him. Right? He won through force of will. The only people that wanted him were the people. He won through sheer force of will and just being this singular force. Kamala Harris was a DEI pick, right? She was picked because she checked off boxes. And apparently the cabal that was running Biden didn't bother thinking much further than that. They never seem to really do that, do they? It's just female, not white, that's enough. Left wing, radical progressive, communist parents, great. We'll take her. That's the kind of diversity that we need. And it didn't work out well, did it? Because she was picked, she was given every advantage, right? Every institutional force was for her, pushing her on the American people. And look, Trump didn't win by 40 points. He beat her by a few points. Was it probably down to a couple of points after all the after the bags of votes in California were counted. But she did come, actually, even though Trump got the presidency, he got the executive, he got the Senate, he got the House, got the Electoral College vote. She still came terrifyingly close to becoming president, right? And she's the exact opposite of Trump, right? Trump Nobody controls Trump. He is a singular force. He won by sheer force of his own will, especially the second time. And he even got shot, for God's sakes, and showed incredible physical courage at that moment, which may have won the election for him. It probably had something to do with it, for sure. But here she is, who was a DEI hire. She's equity, right? Just somebody foisted on the American public, just given every advantage. Every institution was for, everything was for, and it wasn't enough because she was fake, because she couldn't even get through a podcast with this guy. Are there other ones that we haven't heard about? Probably are. She couldn't really run. She couldn't do a press conference, right? Trump did everything. He did everything that she couldn't, and he excelled at it. It's amazing. I mean, there's an incredible story there, isn't there? You have these two protagonists. They are the exact opposite of each other. The exact opposite. It's amazing. What a story, right? It makes you think like we're in the simulation or something. It can't even be real. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. Please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.